Hello and welcome. I wanted to just make sure that I say hello, how are you, and give you some updates about the co-parenting group that is forming. It's going to be on Tuesdays from 9 to 10:30, and it meets for 8 weeks in a row. You can revisit it and join it as many times as you want. It's a group of support. I wanted to just give you a story, a sense of what happens in the group. Is it something that you're really going to get something out of? So, I for many, many years, I did a lot of therapy with families and kids and all various sorts of settings with kids. And it was remarkable because that setting and that container allowed kids to really have space to grow and change. And this is very similar to how I'm setting up the co-parenting group. Usually, when you're a co-parent, you're in that situation for a long period of time. Some things overtly change. Like you don't feel as intense or sensitive when you see the person anymore. You're not as reactive. Your life is getting settled down. Sometimes you're just at the beginning of all of that change. And so it's more like so much change. And then finally, you transition into a space where you're like, okay, I can handle this. I have some format, I have some structure. Some parts of my life got better. I'm working on other parts. But this group is really about holding space for yourself with other people who are going through similar things, who really get it. They really understand week by week how thrown off a co-parenting relationship can make you, and also the challenges of just parenting on your own and maintaining balance in the rest of your life. The other part that I think people really come to me for help with is the whole idea about feeling isolated and alone. It's really hard if you're in a school or different kind of community activities where you feel like you're not really able to talk about the real happenings behind your scene. If you're struggling in a co-parenting relationship or just navigating one, it's really hard to do that with people that might have more fluid families. And I hesitate to say that word, intact families. I was thinking to watch the language of how we talk about families, how we talk about separation and divorce. We make it look like, or society makes it look like, that it's something that actually is a defect. What we're trying to do is establish a healthy system for our kids. And a lot of times when a couple relationship didn't work out, even if you wanted it to, it's really brave to try to figure out what's the next version of life are you going to live? And also, how do you keep your kids really hopeful in life? It's constant mindset, it's constant attitude. And what I find is the most helpful thing about being in a group is you'll be hearing how people do that for themselves, and you'll be motivated and inspired about different ways people go about things. So it's not a venting session of venting about the other partner, the other parent. It's really how you work on your own self, how you work on your own balance and boundaries, and how you work on your own reactivity and just parenting in general. So if this sounds like any part of you, I really encourage you to get in touch with me. We can talk and figure out if this is the right place for you. And I know that once we're all together, we'll have this container, just like that child that I used to work with in very many different settings. It just represents a time and a space that you get to have thoughts, feelings, and let those things in your mind that you've been worrying about out, whether you say them out loud or whether you just listen to other people talk and do your own work right alongside them. It's powerful group dynamic. It's very healing. And I encourage you to check it out.